The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Kyle Abbott will face a challenging situation while Victor Newman begins an investigation into Damian Kane on behalf of Lily Winters. At Society, Victor and Nikki Newman encounter Lily Winters, who is still upset over their previous actions against Chancellor. Eventually, Lily expresses her willingness to let Victor redeem himself by asking him to use his connections to investigate someone without asking questions. Victor agrees to look into Damian upon receiving his name. Meanwhile, Claire Newman shares a heartfelt conversation with Kyle about the importance of Victor's approval. Despite concerns about not receiving Victor's blessing, Claire is determined not to abandon her happiness for her grandfather's sake, hopeful for yet another miracle in her life. Kyle suggests rescheduling their dinner with Victor, noting he's free that evening. Later, when Claire proposes the dinner idea to Victor and Nikki at Society, Victor, though hesitant, agrees to join them for a meal with Claire, Kyle, and Nikki. Back at the Abbott mansion, Diane Jenkins Abbott playfully suggests giving the place a Moroccan makeover, prompting a nervous reaction from Jack Abbott. Jack eventually reveals he was also testing Diane and agrees to her plans for refreshing the mansion. Diane reassures Jack about her minor tweaks and convinces him to trust her vision. She proposes a short getaway at the athletic club to avoid being in the way of deliveries and allow Jack to be surprised by the final result. As Jack and Diane prepare to leave, Kyle teases them about the design updates. After taking one last look around the living room, Jack and Diane head to the GCAC. Kyle receives a call from Claire confirming their dinner plans with Victor, expressing his support but dreading the encounter as stepping into the lion's den. At the coffee house, Nate Hastings inquires about Audra Charles' meeting with Holden Novak on the patio. Holden mentions he is returning to Los Angeles with Damian soon, which disappoints Nate, who hopes to resolve issues between Amy Lewis and her son. Holden empathizes but refuses to pressure Damian, insisting the decision must be his. Audra tries to persuade Nate to accept the situation, suggesting it might be time to give up, but Nate remains hopeful, leaving a voicemail for Damian for one last attempt to keep him in town. Later, Lily approaches Nate to discuss business, but he warns her he may need to leave if Damian responds. After Holden reappears, he convinces Audra to meet later for a drink, expressing his desire to see her again before leaving.